Hey everyone, today we got to get back at it. Not do we have to do any fancy rehousings, but we do have to rehouse a few slings. So in front of me, I've got some species that are time to grow on up, move on up to bigger enclosures. So I have a couple over here. These are Poecilotheras. These are Poecilotheria subfusca. These are the lowland species, so they like it a little bit warmer from the lowland. And this one's known as Pascal Lesselier. I did a video on them before when we've got them. Some of them I've already moved up, but I do have these last two that I've got to move up in some different enclosures. I do have 3 left of the Chilobrachys species Electric Blue. This is a species. It's an old world species, obviously. It's from Southeast Asia, lives in the warm, humid forests. So it likes nice, good, little bit of moisture, a little bit of warmth. But this species has those absolutely striking forelimbs, hence the name. Just brilliant, violent blue and purple forelimbs. Absolutely attractive. These ones are just juveniles. We'll post the video of when we got the original one, the big female of that. And on this one here, we have, this is Ephebopus cyanopgnathus. This is a species from, it's called the Blue Fang Tarantula. Now this one's the only new world we're going to be rehousing today, and this one comes from French Guiana. But it's incredible as well in its own right. Now I have some other ones of this one, and they've already moved up to larger enclosures. Obviously I forgot to film them. But today we're going to go and get these guys taken care of. Now, got to go outside. I got to take care of, get to put some little holes in the new containers. But let me show you guys these incredibly new containers I just picked up today. So, I stopped by the local dollar store, Dollar General, I guess you guys would call it in the States, and I got these they're crystal clear little enclosures. They've got little hinge locking lids, so they're awesome. They got a little gasket, so nothing's going to escape. I guess they're meant to be airtight for food storage, but they're just really cool. They cost me about $2.50, but they're completely crystal clear. Even the lid is see-through, so I think these are going to be absolutely awesome. Now, the Chilobrachys species Electric Blue are a fossorial, so they like to bury down. And as you can see when we open these ones up, you can see they've basically made a donut of their enclosure, and the whole enclosure is like a tunnel. So they're going to be fine moving up into these things here, as well as the Ephebopus cyanopgnathus. I think we'll move up to those. For the Poecilotheras, they can move up into something a little bit bigger. Not that they're necessarily way larger, but they are an arboreal species primarily. So we're probably going to have the same sort of amount of substrate in them, and then we're going to have a large piece of some sort of cork bark or some branches or something like that to give them. So I got a couple of those as well. But look at how sharp they look. I think they're looking absolutely awesome. So let's get to it. All right, let's get started. I don't even know where to start. But let's start off with the single one that we've got here. We'll move all these Chilobrachys off to the side. Create a nice little defense here in the event we have someone try to make a run for it. I don't think that's going to be an issue. We got our catch cups, our brush. Guess we should get the container ready. As mentioned, this species is it's not really a true fossorial species. In nature, they've been found both arboreal and fossorial, so it's kind of opportunistic. But for its size, it didn't really need to go all the way up to one of those big ones yet. These were perfect size. And they're crystal clear. I put some ventilation on the sides. I also put ventilation on the lids. But the nice thing about these is that they can stack one on top of each other very nicely and cleanly. And because they have this edge, it's like they kind of lock together. Now for the substrate mix, you guys know me. I use pretty much the same type of substrate mix I use for all my vivariums and everything. I always have it on hand. Oh, I got a different idea. Hold on. I had some twigs and stuff that I was looking at. Give it some structure, like as if it's the base of a tree or something like that. And maybe what we should do is we should actually zoom in, put it on a time lapse, and let's get these taken. All right, there's a basic little enclosure, a little bit of moss on the surface, made it more for visual interest. I kind of put that little stick in there to give it kind of the beginnings of, let's say, a stump. And then the animal gives it some structure to kind of bury around. Let's see if we can locate the little guy. There you are. How are we going to get you out of there? How are we going to get you out of there? Well, we could transfer you like this and see if we can move you over. And I don't want really any part of that. Now, that went pretty straightforward. Can I take some of your old dirt away? Are you going to hold on to that, cherish it? Now you can really get an idea as to where its common name comes from. Look at that beautiful little spider. They are absolutely gorgeous when they're juveniles. They're not as quite as beautiful when they're bigger. Or maybe that's incorrect. They are just as beautiful when they're bigger. It's just different. Gave her a little water dish. Now I think we're just going to put the lid on and let her relax. Let's move over some of these little Chilobrachys. You saw in that quick little time lapse, we got some nice little fossorial enclosures, loose dirt, we've got some water dishes, we've got them a starter burrow underneath these pieces of cork bark. They should be good to go. Just gonna clean up my space a little bit so I have a little bit more room to work with, should we need it. You never know what's gonna happen. All right, let's see how cooperative they are going to be. Where are you? Oh, I see you. Down at the bottom there. All right. Wondering what's going on. Come on over. Yeah, this should be nice and easy. Come on. I don't know if you're going to show off for us or not. Can you just go up the bottle? Maybe, just maybe,
a few minutes later.
Well, needless to say, that didn't work out as planned as it ran across the floor. But it was no problem to catch it. And got one little enclosure ready to go here. And it went directly underneath already. So, a little bit of a circus, but that one is done. All right, let's see if number 2 will go a little bit easier. Go back to my old style of rehousing where I rehouse them in a container inside a container. I still have my catch cup should I need. I still have my brushes. But this is just a little bit more safer all the way around, particularly because this type of a species digs this such this impressive little structure here. And they really want no part of their house being disturbed. And there it is right there. So come on down. The only other challenge is you can't really see using this type of a container, but I believe there we go. This one has gone all the way up. I lost my lids. There's my lids there. We could go and undo the lid a little bit here. Oh, this one's already right up in the cap. Come on. So the minute I undo this, it's right there. Always good for some spicy fun. And that one is in as well, and directly into their enclosure. These are still juveniles, but There you go. That gives you a bit of an indication. We didn't get any real better shots as of yet, but it gives you some indication of where that color comes from. You can imagine that on a big spider. It's going to be pretty impressive. And we just now have one left of these guys. Obviously, we still have the Poecilotheria to look forward to, so we know that that's going to be good times. Having this little drink cup is right out here, right at the top. We may as well save that. And let's see how this one goes. I can see it webbed itself all in there. It's right down here on the side. And there it is there. This one's a little smaller than the other two. Now that one is staying out for a second. I'm going to keep my catch cup a little bit handy. Let's see if we can get some better shots close up and really showcase that color. They are going to be absolutely gorgeous. Truly one of my favorite species. Really seeing much of the, it's a standard pokey shape, very elongated, long legs, very hairy. Not getting really any of the true view of the colors on it yet, but still a beautiful spider. And there's the second one. Oh, just look at those cute little toes. And there's those two beautiful girls. So there's one, and there's the other one. And nobody died. There we go. A little bit dicey at some times. We had some excitement. One, maybe two, kind of got loose in the basement for a bit. Well, we got two beautiful Poecilias. Two beautiful Poecilotherias. Beautiful subfusca Indian species. We've got that beautiful blue fang, and then we have three of those ones that are some of my favorites, and I can see one of them is out right there, and the blue fang's out front and center. So I really like these new enclosures. You'll be able to see them a lot better. The animals got all the things they're going to need to thrive. So until next time, my friends, take care.